Are we awake, guys? Are we alive today? Are we alive? Okay, let's get straight to the point because I don't have much time. SMT5 story trailer dropped, so I'm going to talk about the highlights or the key points that I took away from the trailer. Now, I was on Twitter, so I'm pretty much going to summarize the entire charade I had on Twitter about everything I saw graphically, story-wise, and then some. You guys let me know. It'll be interesting to kind of just throw these ideas out like right now and then see how they reflect in the future, in the next PV, next trailer, etc. Let's move forward. So, the trailer, first of all, oh my god, I have to first say, the music is astonishing. Like, the way that these tunes, these melodies creep up on me is kind of surreal right now because the cinematography is usually my favorite part of these trailers. I remember the first trailer where the Aogami was putting his hand out to the hero at the time, and just the way that those bells were like, you know, they were like, I don't even know, it's like a gong or something. But it was crazy. This one, it had these nice, crazy beats, and then the voices. Whew, we could go on in a whole fucking other video, but let's move forward. So the music was really good. It started us off nice, eerie, and great. And then we had this first shot of, I'm going to say it right now, Aogami comes out of the ground. Now, what's really important about this shot is that it is a 1-for-1, at least in my eyes, of the first official PV that we saw where the hero was putting his hand out to Aogami. Now, this is significant primarily because they are one in the same being, because they fuse, yet inside of the hero they are two separate beings, and that is also shown in the middle shot, in the middle of the trailer, where you could call it the counter demon force of Shin Megami Tensei V. Is this big group of people, it's some students and some other adults, and there's one guy that looks exactly like Aogami, who I think is Aogami at this point, just a better looking Aogami, and so they're just trying to, they seem like they're going to be the neutral alignment. Like, I want to say they're more low aligned, but I think being a counter demon force is pretty much more neutral aligned. It's just you don't want your Tokyo to continue being destroyed and overrun by either angels or demons. So that's my summary on that. I'm interested to see how they incorporate this human looking Aogami whilst having the Aogami there and present as well. The hero is there and present, meaning that this could probably not, it could be real Tokyo, or it could still be dot Tokyo, because the human forms are there, and the human forms, we've only seen them inside of Nahobino's mind, or at least in that space where the wisdom tree is and all this other stuff going on. But anyway, this one scene is probably like my favorite scene out of the whole damn trailer, because not only does the beat go crazy, it slides up on you when Aogami, the human Aogami, shows up into the scene, but also because it literally shows all these characters being human Aogami, the hero, knowing that we have Nahobino, the hero, which is a fusion of Aogami, the other Aogami, and the hero. It's just so confusing. And then you also have the students, which get shown in the trailer, which I found kind of cool, because now we know that there's going to be supporting characters, and a crap ton of them, actually. There's one kid that looks like he doesn't even belong in the game. He has on these green green scarf and green gloves. And then you have the hero all confused with a fucking thick ass, like, turtleneck with a neck joint on it, or whatever you want to call it, and he's stuck in the desert with this turtleneck shit on. And then you got this kid that's got these winter gear on. So I'm trying to figure out what time are they living in, what the hell is going on. This kid's fit for the winter time, the hero's fit for the summertime. Aogami is just this metallic ass being, whatever, he could be wherever he want to be. But so there was that. There was the shot of the group, the Bethel Task Force, the Counter Demon Task Force. There was the shot of Aogami coming out of the ground. I want to figure out why that is significant. It seems like, at least from that scene, the only thing I could think was that some sort of experiments were being done, or like just something within that realm, science, whatever. That could be how Aogami was created. But I only say that because of another scene where the female character, who we now see, we know who she is, or at least we know that she's alive, at least, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning of the game. She says something along the lines of, you spoke to me, or you did enough by reaching out to me. I don't know who could she be referring to, but my guess is that the same guy that everyone hears, just like Nocturne, how Kagasuchi spoke to pretty much all the characters and told them to go find their reason, and they could do whatever they want with their reason, if they had enough power, if they had the avatar and whatnot. So I think SMT5 followed that same thing, where Kagasuchi would have spoken to all of the main characters that survived Dot, and told them, oh, you can go forward your own path. And I think with the female heroine, what she's saying is she pushed away the voice while everyone else pursued the voice. And so Aogami found his way to the hero. Maybe the other male characters found their avatars, which might be the ones on the cover. That bit of info, I think LaRue speculated that, so I'm gonna see what he thinks. I haven't watched any of you guys' videos, and I don't plan to until I finish this little quick my own thoughts, because I want to see them get debunked immediately, or I want to see some of them actually be supported by you guys. But anyway, so what I feel that the female character is doing is I think she went against the grain, which is pretty much being persuaded by the voice and going on the journey to find your own reason. I think what she may have done, what she's saying is that she pushed this thing away, and so she ended up becoming what she did as a result of her pushing this away. So and another thing is, obviously another shot in the trailer is a woman going into the demon that we don't know, unidentified demon that looks fucking scary. It teleports and shit, which is ridiculous. So it might, I don't know, whatever it is, it could be the science experiment. That could have came at the same time that Aogami was created, or whatever. This first shot that we see Aogami coming out of the ground in this weird science lab looking place. It looks like some I don't want to call it a shrine, but it looks like this weird just experiment hall. So I think that demon could have potentially came out of that as well. It could be a god of some kind. I mean, I'm more on the fence that it is a god of some kind. It's over here teleporting and shit, but it could have came as a result of whatever was going on in this green room. And the female that goes into this is up for question. I want to say it's the female lady, but she's not wearing the same attire. And I tried to home in on the feet and see if the girl was wearing any black shoes. The girl that we know was on the rooftop, the main girl, I don't know. You guys let me know if you see that, but there's that. Who do I think the girl that walks into the demon is? I want to say with high probability that it still is the female heroine, or the lady with the blue sweatshirt. Why do I say this? Because at the Demon Counterforce headquarters, you see human Aogami, who's presumed to be human Aogami. We see the hero in his human form, and we see the other students in their human forms. So to see Aogami, right, and I believe that everyone can see Aogami, both of them, I think that they can coexist in the same world, and they all have other counterparts to them, if that makes sense. I'm going out on a limb, that's why I just wanted to get this video out the way as soon as I can, so that I can watch one of you guys' videos and you go, hey, that's not Aogami right there. That's like his fucking twin cousin or some shit. That didn't make sense, but anyway, literally, I think they all have not several parts of themselves. I think they all have another part, like the dot part of them, which Aogami might have been the dot version, and the hero, I guess Nahobino would count, but then again, there might be the hero within that realm as well. So I think that the female that's wearing the darker branded colors of the school uniform that goes into this unidentified demon / god is the female, but the dot counterpart of her, or whatever happened as a result of decisions made in dot, and i.e. her pushing away the reason or the voice of God and ending up in becoming the main villain, or at least an accomplice to the main villain. That's the only way I could really make sense of it. I mean, it sounds a lot cooler that way, but then you also have the shot of the Ryuji lookalike character, the guy with the funky style, right? It's a lot of weird aesthetics going on. This kid has like some fall spring outfits, and then you got the kid with the scarf and the gloves. He's here for the winter time, and the hero's obviously here for, like, I don't know, the winter too, but he's wearing a turtleneck in the desert, and he's not dead, but I don't know. Anywho, you see the Ryuji lookalike guy, it seems like he's having a battle and an internal conflict with his will to fight for the people, but also being overwhelmed by the naivete of wanting to fight for the people, because perhaps he's realizing that that's not the best side to be on, or life is not that realistic, and he's changing sides, I would assume. And there's one scene of him like dropping his arms and looking up, it looks like he's giving in to that turmoil, that inner turmoil, and changing his reason. changing his reason. I think that might be what's happening. So I would say that that kid becomes evil. He becomes chaos aligned, which means that the female couldn't be chaos aligned. But then she could, because there's way more supporting characters to fit the law and also fit the neutral alignment. It gets confusing, but I'm just throwing these ideas out there because how I saw it was pretty much just like this. I'm like, all right, so this female who's spoken in the PV01 Japanese trailer, she seems very well versed on Dot and the knowledge of Dot and whether real Tokyo is real Tokyo or Dot is real Tokyo and just her belonging in it. She seems very aware of everything that is going on, and the fact that we had a female that goes into this unidentified demon apparently is chaos aligned because Nahobino is fighting him throughout the entire trailer in different scenes, and his army of people, which that big snake thing is obviously one of the main bosses, and then you fight the thing itself, and then you also fight Lucifer, who might potentially be aligned with the kid who succumbs to the turmoil of, you know, fighting, of not being strong enough to fight or not having the will to fight and just cowering and giving in to the opposition telling him. And that kid is gonna start off with a very strong resolve, a very strong reason to protect Tokyo, and then come to an understanding that, you know what I'm saying, it's twisted. It is twisted. Like, it's not as clear as you think it is. And the female heroine makes it very clear that she is on a whole different level in terms of understanding herself and the world that she belongs in, as like I said, given from the Japanese trailer and this other woman again, and even on the rooftop. If I'm being honest with you, even on the rooftop, it seems like she's very comfortable with the fact that Tokyo is fading when she says that to the hero. That could have been in the beginning of the game, and if it was in the beginning of the game, before Dot takes place, before the corruption, before the earthquake, then that would make it even more reasonable that she become chaos aligned, because her comfort and her she's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Content with the fact that Tokyo is going bad. And maybe just like Chiaki of SMT3 Nocturne, she has accepted the reality and is obviously law aligned. It's like, if this is the way to go, if things have to go to shit for the world to get better, or for people to be different, or to be right, or to be just, or for the strongest to earn their right, then let it be as such. Anywho, was that everything? I think that was kind of everything. And on the graphical side of things, that's like a conversation of its own. I went on Twitter, I've been talking about the graphics. Honestly, for the last half a month, I've been praising the game. But right now, I can tell you straight up, there are a lot of critiques on the system side of things and how it runs on the system. So I've noticed the rendering chops that we've seen in the gameplays that we've been shown in the World of Shadows, where like when you're fusing demons, just the depth of field pops in at random points, or demons in the overworld. Also, the scene on the rooftop, it seems like the textures on the ground jump in at a very random time and can be in and out. And then also some of the animations, which I can't really get on them about that, you know. But the scene that I like the best is the one where human Algami shows up to the Bethel, Japan counter demon headquarters, and everyone looks good, right? Ryuji Kid looks good. I actually like the way he animates when he turns around. The hero has a pretty cool animation. Algami looks clean. And then you have Ida, SMT Ida, on the side. And I told you guys what SMT Ida means. That's just like the My Hero Academia character Ida, but like obviously the SMT Ida, because he has the glasses, he looks just like him. So SMT Ida turns around and like his head kind of dips. I wish I could show you guys, but I don't have the time to edit. I have to go to work, guys. But the way he the way he fucking animates when he turns around is hilarious to me. And I just couldn't stop watching. Like, it just broke it for me. But so between that, the rendering issues, the pop-ins and whatnot, and it does seem like it stutters. It stutters quite a lot in these trailers. And they're not just cinematics. Some of them are actually in gameplay moments. And it's a little unnerving, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It looks good, right? It looks good when it has to look good. I've noticed some scenes where I would think that the camera was zoomed in, like, artificially, because in some scenes the graphics would be kind of like rough and blurry and pixelated-ish, and then other scenes would look like 4K graphical like goodness. So I've been attentive to both the bad things and the good things about this game, but mainly, obviously, it was a story trailer, so I was very much intrigued in the story and the role that these characters play. It definitely influences me to go and learn a little bit more about like the core mythology and religion that backs these games, because I'm seeing everyone go crazy because they understand the references in the characters. So I kind of want to be a part of that. It sounds fun, it sounds very enlightening, so that's really where I'm at. I think the trailer was cool and whatnot. The characters look cool, like for once, or I can't say that. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say that. For once, the characters look like they have some individuality. Jesus Christ, man, I love it. Outside of that, I'm sure half of everything I said was bullshit to you guys. You're gonna be like, no, that's not what happened. That's not Origami. The hero is fucking, I don't know, whatever you guys can come up with. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. I will be making some videos down the line, and they will be coming out. And like I said on Twitter, just be aware, these videos are made in advance because my work schedule has changed. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Peace, and thank you for watching.